So yeah, I just double checked the time. It's 2:50. Got a wagon in there. Doesn't look like much going on inside there anyway. Bathrooms would be the most desirable thing. Could use some water too, actually. So they're not really keeping up on Lincolns. They run out of funding, I think. Used door's broken, huh? They might be running out of funding, and they're not trying to charge people anything. I hear a rooster, so somebody's got to be tending to that rooster. And on the shelters, they say the gift shop is selling bug spray. I bet those bugs get terrible around here. It's very nice and clear today, at least. The gift shop. Don't enter there. Oh, you enter over there? Okay. Not a huge place. Quite a setup for a fence. There's a sheep. Oh, they gotta have running water for those animals at least. Farm fresh. Okay, they say they're closed. Goose nest, prairie, gift shop, just a small building. All right. No food or drink. So how are the animals getting water? Yep. Well, I'm gonna get a drink here then. Alright, drink from the same well that Lincoln probably drank from. And it tastes good. Tastes good to me. So, once again, it's hard to say. Is this the original? It looks original. Was this originally located here? It's like really hard to tell. Wow, those chickens are just right there. Could go for a little chicken. Got a clamp. That actually works too. Wow. I think I just heard a sheep. Oh yeah, there's their sheep. So are they saying that they took care of sheep here? Got hay inside the barn. I get your picture? No? Alright. Oh, there's two more inside this building over here. So we got a crowd of sheep around here. Hey sheep, there you are. Alright, we're good. Are they getting fed? And I mean, they got grass. Do they get water out here? Kind of a strong smell. This looks like these hinges were made by a blacksmith for sure. They look pretty handmade for the wood, the bolts. Maybe not these bolts. Handmade for this, however this thing works. Oh, it goes over. Okay, interesting. Hand-hewn logs and everything, all set up for the farm. Handmade gate. How does this thing open? Does it swing? Oh, I see. Yeah, that looks handmade. Yeah, that looks like a handmade type. All of it. This is all definitely handmade here. This thing. Something a blacksmith had to pound out. However long it takes them. Yeah, there's not a lot of visitors. This place is kind of a little outside cities, quite a ways. Where? Oh, Lincoln's cabin, maybe further down. Oh my, these chickens are not doing so great. At least they got water. They don't really have much for food though. They don't have much for space, and they got a turkey here. Any eggs? Are these like egg-laying chickens? Yeah, I feel kind of bad for how this is. One chicken is going nuts. just scratching the same spot over and over again, expecting to get something different. That's unfortunate. Oh, and this must be the rooster that's making all the noise. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I could, look at this, I could toss in some thorn, and they would probably like that, but no, don't feed the chicken, don't feed the animals, so maybe it's better that one gets sacrificed instead. Man, I'm not really good at dressing chickens, taking the feathers off and making a meal out of them. I really haven't got a skill for that. I really need to learn better how to be more efficient on dressing chickens. What's in here? A moth? A hornet? Another hornet? Another hornet? Another hornet? Another hornet? This place is full of hornets. And they seem kind of stuck. Oh no. Those are not good hornets. Oh, that looks, this direction looks like it takes me away from Lincoln's log house. Just want to have a peek at that. Gotta figure out where it is. Oh wait, is this it? Was this Lincoln's old log house? This definitely looks like the style of the mid-1800s. I'll have to double check on the map. This is a good chance. Without seeing a sign, I mean, they said it's over this direction, and it doesn't look like they have you go anywhere else. That looks like somebody's private home over there. I think I'm actually looking at Lincoln's old log cabin right here. It's a good chance. With the farm background, Lincoln's old place with the pegs on the wall, all those hornets inside, the locks. I'm sure the Lincolns locked their doors quite a bit. So this is where Abraham Lincoln used to run around, the old well, but all I gotta do is pull a lever, while they used to have to turn this log on a stick. Is this filled in? Oh man, they nailed it shut. Can you look inside? Yeah, there's water down there. It's not too deep. These are the old seat posts and table that they used to sit on. This is definitely a very old style. Seats made out of wood blocks. Very old fence. Is this original? I'm sure they give better information on tours. They might have had a fire pit here, I'm guessing. Just up, or at least piling up the fire. Yeah, this is definitely an old looking fence. Why do they got this nailed here like that? That's weird. Is this a handmade? They use a handmade nail. Have to find an example. So the Lincoln's house is on a little hill. They got the storage. They hang out in back. Yeah, some kind of rack. And then, why would they put a fence? Wow, that's really soft. A mole got through there. Why would they put a fence along this creek? Did they really? Was this creek here? Because I suspect this creek might have been dug out by man. There's pipes down here. I don't think they had a creek here next to the house. Those are old clay pipes. Look at that. It's an old sewer pipe. That was not in Lincoln's time. No way. But that's not a steel, or that's not a iron pipe either. That's clay, which is likely older. Oh, and there's some kind of a pit, fenced-in pit over there. Take a look at that. Yeah, there's plastic tube thing in the creek over here for drainage. Yeah, this is quite an extensive wall here. This looks like a gate. Bolts. Yeah, Google Maps is pointing to this house, saying that this is the one. This is the original log cabin full of hornets. So, was that the original location? Is this the original location? I guess that's what I would ask. Did they just set it up here to look nice, or was there another area that it was located and they relocated it here? That's hard to say. Looks like they had some animals over here, tore up the ground. There was something recent, fairly recent, with hooves that's been having to live in this enclosure. Not sure what kind of hooves those are. Those are not big enough to be cow hooves. Seems like a good chance it's pig. Just with the mud. They got water. They're still providing it with water. Like a certain smell. Smells kind of like, oh, it is a pig. Okay. I got a couple of pigs sitting here. Wow. And then what an old box for feed or something. It's got a leather hinges. Why do they keep animals out here? Seems almost cruel. They're out of food completely. They have nothing but mud and water. That's unfortunate, losing its hair. Seems like they might need to scale back on their support here. Lincoln's old. Would Lincoln approve of how they're treating these animals here? They have no food. They're fat though. They don't look like they're starving, but maybe there's food inside the building. It's disgusting though. Yeah, they got various old fence, and I'm sure 100 years ago would have looked in a lot better shape. For some reason, overlooking this field, they got a seating bench somewhere that they encourage people to walk out to. They mowed a little path, slightly shorter than the field grass. Something is going on out here. Something used to go on. Got a wood line that serves as a barrier. But yeah, the field looks like it was tended to in some way. They may have harvested grass. Yeah, this bench looks pretty old. The wood looks really old. Maybe 20 years, 30 years. It's not breaking on me. It's bending. 30 years maybe. So I'm sure they worked on this field. I wonder about the location of everything. Is it still like in its original location? Alright, it looks a little bit like a trail that goes into here. They got old fence. There's a lot of old wood planks used for fence of various types that line this little bit of a trail, and it's zigzag Civil War type of appearance. All right, we're coming across some private property. Let me just get a better look though. That's not any better. Okay, get out of the private property. Whoa. So yeah, it's hard to say why they got this fence sitting here. It looks like it was set up intentionally as a fence barrier on the edge of the field, just to mark boundaries. But just right here, the primary means of marking boundaries was that wood style fence before barbed wire came along. Barbed wire comes along and totally stops the wooden fence, slows down the wooden fence business. Says state property. They stamped state property. And it's, wow, a real old iron fence here. Old wood for sure. Just kind of set there 100 years ago. This wood looks like 100 years old. It's like crumbling. When wood crumbles, that is old. On the edge of Lincoln's property. They've had to repost a couple of times. This post looks like it could be 40 years older than me, possibly. Just outside of the field where the bench is, they got this little bit of a pathway. They're mowing it. I don't know if it's used much. They got a state property boundary marker. I didn't see any others. Yeah, there's all kinds of wood. The old wood, either fencing or something used for siding on vehicles. I think, yeah, this creek is. It took something to scoop it out. A really old bucket. It's not copper though. Imagine. Oh, lots of ants. The ants made a home out of that bucket. That's great. And they look like they would be willing to bite me. That's quite a style though. Imagine, oh yeah, they're getting on the handle. I was gonna touch that. It's quite a style. See the ants crawling around. It's rusting. Yeah, this bucket is probably made by the blacksmith. Blacksmith style, handmade style buckets. Not, maybe it made it in a factory. That looks like it was made before the 1900s to me. I think I'm hearing a jet overhead. No jets flew over the Lincoln property when he was around here. I'm guessing this fencing was intended for horses. Yeah, apple trees. That's fun to grow apple trees, to grow apples in the horse fence enclosure. It's rare to see. I've seen it once in like Washington or Oregon. And more of this old style fence. So is this old style fence? Look at this. This was actually set up here. All right, there was an intended purpose. There's more down in there. They had an intended purpose with this old wooden fence before the era of barbed wire sitting here. Maybe it was for the horses. That was the original fence. This is a recreation for sure, but using a style that was maybe used in the 1800s next to the house. All right, coming up on the cellar. Guessing they probably had potatoes in here. What a little setup. Not a huge little area. They didn't keep much. Gave it a little roof, wood shingles, wood shingles on this. They had to put a hole in here. Yeah, that's an old style cement from the 1800s, from Lincoln's time. Hard to say. It's hard to believe he had a barn like this, but it's possible, I suppose. This is one of the bigger style, one of the bigger versions of this style that I've seen. Those chickens escaped. I think they want to be eaten. How did they get out? That's quite a head. Oh, he's gonna jump. Oh, just jump up. Oh, that one too. Okay. Hey, chicken. Can I get you on camera? Here we go. I'm just getting a little recording. All right, we're good. Oh yeah, this is the sheep, and this is actually keeping the sheep. The sheep look like they're getting the best treatment, maybe because they're closest to the museum. The pigs are getting the worst treatment. They got good grass out here. Oh, I can climb the ladder. Probably. Oh, there's more animal in here. There's animal. Oh, because they got this whole fenced in area. You can climb this wooden ladder. Oh, it's a hay barn. Oh, they're below. A ram. You can smell them. You can see them. They got good hay at least. And then they got hay stacked above them. There's another one. It's the males, pretty much. Oh, a bunch of them. Okay. Just looking down on them. They prefer to stay inside rather than go outside. Yeah, that's a surprise. It's an old style rope, braided. Huh. Yeah, so the females are in one enclosure and the males are in this enclosure. That's a setup. There's no, well, this is the barn for that. There's no ladder to, well, you just take this ladder and move it over here. There's hay over here. Just take the ladder and put it over here so you could see from above as well. There's a few of them inside there. So they don't want them all together. Oh wow, look at this. This is unlocked anyway. They got tired of locking and unlocking this. So this is, you just walk in, I suppose. Because the sheep are over here. And now they're nervous because of me. Got old reins and feed stuff. Incredible old wooden mallets. This looks kind of new. Little hole to see the sheep through. Okay. Yep. Interesting. What is this? What would this thing be for? Old scythe. Huh, why is that wood? This is just a regular wood piece, just kind of sitting like this. Must have a use to them in some way. Oh, the ladder to go up. This is where the ladder's at. They go up on top. Pegs. They got walking sticks. What's in here? buckets. Oh, feed. Oats. Smells like oats. So they just come into here and get their food. Oh, that ram's got some horns. They look aggressive. Oh, look at that horn. That's a tough looking horn on you. All right. You need some food and water. Yeah, those are tough looking rams. Some guy's doing some work out here. Huh. Oh yeah, the hay. Okay. Yeah, it's a neat little setup they have. He's probably going to be surprised to see me just here. There's nobody parked here. Moving picnic tables. All right, so this comes from 2009. Just this is all that there is to read. Really nothing else. Lincoln purchased the property for his family, looking for Lincoln. Yeah, there's really nothing else to read. And this is just in front of the museum. I'm a little surprised that I'm the only one here. I thought there'd be more crowds. Nobody is pulled into this Lincoln birthplace area. It might be just too out of the way. The bees are busy, so those beehives. This is where they're coming from. This is getting well pollinated by the bees. So maybe I'll see a trail of bees back and forth from here into the beehives. Oh yeah, I see crowds of bees. I don't know if I could just walk by or not safely. It looks like only one beehive is active. The other one has nothing. And they got just a tiny hole. Yeah, I can't just get close to them. Just a tiny hole for their super. Oh, that's cool. Somebody must be taking care of that. They could probably have more beehives though. At this time of year, there's a lot of spring flowers. Oh, and then there's a ladder that goes to the top of this. I kind of want to climb. So, I mean, this doesn't have water coming out of it. Was this an old pump? I don't know. This is a small, old, raggedy ladder. I don't trust it. Not being a heavier person, it's just for hay, which they appear to have fresh hay in there. Looks like I can enter by just taking this board off. And yeah, this is blacksmith iron stuff. Open it up. Wow, big cauldron. And this hay. Looks like pretty fresh hay. Yeah, that's a big iron pot. Yeah, maybe Sergeant was Lincoln's neighbor. This house is such a newer look. It doesn't look like this is its original location. Like, this looks like it was moved likely moved. I don't know why it would be here like this, whatever this building is for. They moved it, it's falling apart. It had a floor, it's very curved. Might be some beehives, no. But it's, yeah, it's kind of crumpled in the center at some point. Of the door. This might, with the wooden floors, I'd think this is a house. If it was a barn, they wouldn't have wooden floor. This is like, yeah, and the wood is all shriveled up. You really got to fill in those spaces. And this is the oh, it's a weed. Yeah, they just set it over here. They didn't know what else to do with this thing. They got quite a few to pick and choose from.